Really, within May, we try to do a first session, and the second session is November. So first, we try to make it happen mostly, and next one is out of the happen. So our journey was started at 2013, but we started our event from 2014. May 1923, we just completed our first BDNOG conference and workshop. It was a 2 days conference, and with us, happening was there. 3 days workshop, routing and cloud computing. The total participants was 180, and we tried to, as I said, that we tried to do the next such events to out of Dhaka because we want to convert the other part of this country, so everybody can join us, so we can build our network and community very strong. So second one was in Texas Bazaar. It was on November 2015, 14, sorry. It was a 4 days workshop and 1 day conference. The total participants was 90. The second one, the first one was 180. So accordingly, we got third and fourth, we got Dhaka as well as Sri Lanka. The last one, it was very successful event, and total participant was 200 plus. So gradually increased, and this time actually, in BDNOG5, we have found that a lot of participants and those who are not actually very known face. So this is our achievement. We think that the people are coming and joining with us, and maybe I think must they learn something from us. And we are trying to do the better internet, secure internet, what we explained from the day one, and when we just giving this conference today. These are the pictures of actually our team, BDNOG1 conference, and BDNOG2, 3, 4. So 5, we started from 7th April to 10th in Bragg Center. There are 2 workshops there. One is in routing, other one is in DNS. And Linus is today is a conference along with the ION. ION actually also joined the online Dhaka chapter. Nice. The next meeting will be held on September 29th to 6th of the board. Our talk will be happening 42. Happening. Their conference will be happening 42. Along with us. Well, these are the addresses. You can follow this address. BDNOG5. You can mail us to info@BDNOG5. Our Facebook page is address below. We have figures, we give slide share. So these are the updates of I think everybody already know. So we invite you all to join our next session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is ISPV and I mentioned that ISPV is always supportive to the BDNOG initiative, and they are always putting all our business. And thank you.
Distinguished guests, Honorable Chairman of BDS, Chairman of BDS, Honorable Speaker, and Secretary, and all the participants, and good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be here with all of you at BDNOG5 conference and our conference. I hope every participants get the opportunity to learn each other and share their knowledge and experiences with all the services. I especially thank the IPPC, the Ministry of Commerce, for their continuous help to ISPB and the BDNOG5. Especially thanks all the sponsors, BDNOG5, Increase, Nobocom, BDS, Google, and especially thanks to FD for their continuous support. Thanks everybody, and I would like to take another 5 minutes to show 5 slides. Since our chairman of BDS is here, we shared some challenges of the ISP industry. So I like to point something which is related with our industry. Current bandwidth utilization in Bangladesh is total 270 Gbps, and through the CME4 is almost 70 G. This is the report of February 2016, and through IPC 200 G. আমাদের গভর্নমেন্টের অবজেক্টিভ যেটা ছিল, অবজেক্টিভ ছিল CME4 এর রিডান্ডেন্ট হিসেবে আইটিসি টা ইউজ করে, বাট এই রিপোর্টে আমরা যেটা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আইটিসি রিডান্ডেন্ট হিসেবে CME4 ইউজ করছে। এটার মেন যে কারণটা ছিল সেটা হচ্ছে যে বিএসসি এর ট্যারিফ। আমি মাননীয় চেয়ারম্যান মহোদয়ের দৃষ্টি আকর্ষণ করব যে বিএসসি এর যে কারেন্টলি ট্যারিফটা আছে for the ISP industry is too high. এখানে উল্লেখ করলে maximum averagely বলা যেতে পারে most of the ISPs are using second class, that means 200 Mbps to 621 Mbps. That means এখন প্রত্যেকটা ISP they are bound to purchase the CME4 bandwidth 1000 টাকা, more than 1000 টাকা plus 15% tax. এখানে আরেকটা উল্লেখ করছে বিএসসি এর সাথে মাত্র 5টি আইএসপি কানেক্ট, whereas BTRC 241 টা আইএসপি লাইসেন্স ইস্যু করেছে ক্যাটাগরি এ বি সি জোনাল, সেন্ট্রাল জোনাল এবং ন্যাশনাল। বিএসসি এর ট্যারিফটা আইএসপি অ্যাসোসিয়েশনের পক্ষ থেকে আমি অনুরোধ করব যে BTRC ট্যারিফ তে কিছুটা কাজ করার অবকাশ আছে। এখানে আমাদের আরো কিছু আইএসপি কানেক্টেড হওয়া উচিত টু ইনশিওর দ্য কোয়ালিটি অফ সার্ভিস। এই স্লাইডে আমরা একটু দেখানোর চেষ্টা করছি যে ইউটিলাইজেশন অফ এএনএস অপারেটর। মূলত আমরা টেলকো এবং আইএসপি কনজাম্পশনটা উল্লেখ করা হয়েছে। দেশে বর্তমান বিদ্যমান 6টা টেলকো অপারেটর আছে যারা 70 গিগের মতো ব্যান্ডউইথ ইউজ করছে, 550 গ্রাহক সাবস্ক্রাইবারকে ইন্টারনেট সার্ভিস প্রদান করছে। আমরা যদি কনজাম্পশন রেশিওটা হিসাব করি, কনজাম্পশন রেশিও ইজ অলমোস্ট 1:800। Total bandwidth is 40% Dhaka metro city user, rest of the 60% outside of Dhaka city user. Whereas ISP industry has almost 190 gigabit use person, 27 lakhs real broadband users, and consumption ratio is 1:40. 90% subscriber service provider should go to Dhaka city, rest of the 10% Dhaka city. এখানে একটু লক্ষ্য করলে দেখা যাবে যে আমরা ঢাকা সিটির বাইরে মাত্র 10% ব্যান্ডউইথ কিংবা সাবস্ক্রাইবার অ্যাকুয়ার করতে সক্ষম ডিউ টু ট্রান্সমিশন কস্ট, ডিউ টু পুর ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার। গ্রামীণ ফোন কিংবা আদার্স টেলিকো অপারেটরদের যে ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচারটা আছে সেই নেটওয়ার্কের লাইনগুলো আমরা খুব ইজিলি ঢাকার বাইরে রিমোট প্লেসগুলোতে মাস পিপলদের ইন্টারনেট সেবাটা এনশিওর করতে পারি, যেটা আমরা ব্রডব্যান্ড সার্ভিস প্রোভাইডার যারা আছে কিংবা ওয়্যারলেস ইন্টারনেট সার্ভিস প্রোভাইডার আমরা কোনোভাবে এটা ট্রান্সমিশনের জন্য দেশব্যাপী নেটওয়ার্কটা বিস্তার করতে পারছি না। এবং মূল্যের দিক থেকে যদি দেখা যায় টেলিকম অপারেটরদের যে মিনিমাম প্যাকেজটা আছে যেটা ক্লোজ টু 400 to 500 টাকা, সেটা প্রায় যদি 5.5 কোটি গ্রাহকের কাছ থেকে কালেক্ট করা উচিত 3000 কোটি টাকা পার মান্থ। তার বিপক্ষে টেলিকম অপারেটররা ইন্টারনেট গেটওয়ে অপারেটরদেরকে হয়তোবা ম্যাক্সিমাম পার মান্থ 2.5 কোটি থেকে 3 কোটি টাকা রেভিনিউ দিচ্ছে। গ্রাহকদের কাছ থেকে প্রতি মাসে 2.5 থেকে 3,000 কোটি টাকা ওনারা কালেক্ট করে। লেভেল প্লেইং ফিল্ডটা না থাকাতে আমরা বিভিন্নভাবে নিরুৎসাহিত হচ্ছি নেটওয়ার্ক এক্সপানশনের জন্য এবং আমাদের সার্ভিসের কোয়ালিটি অফ সার্ভিস ইনশিওর করার জন্য। এই স্লাইডে স্যার একটু দেখানোর চেষ্টা করছি যে আমাদের ভ্যালু চেইনের কোন স্টেক হোল্ডাররা আছে। এখানে স্যার সাবমেট কেবল অপারেটর আইআইজি এনটিপি আইসপি সাবমেট কেবল অপারেটর অর্থাৎ আইটিসির মাধ্যমে ব্যান্ডউইথটা প্রয়োগ করা হয় এনটিপিএন অপারেটর। एनटीपीएन ऑपरेटर का चार्ज निर्धारित चार्ज है সেই ব্যান্ডউইথটা প্রয়োগ করে আইএজি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ইন্টারনেট গেটওয়ে অপারেটর। ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ইন্টারনেট গেটওয়ে অপারেটর সেম ব্যান্ডউইথটা আবার এনটিপিএন এর নেটওয়ার্কে প্রোভাইড করা হয় এবং এনটিপিএন এখানে আরেকটি চার্জ ধার্য করে পরবর্তীতে সেই ব্যান্ডউইথটা আইএসপি ইন্ডাস্ট্রিকে দেওয়া হয়। আইএসপি ইন্ডাস্ট্রি সেই ব্যান্ডউইথটা আবার এনটিপিএন অপারেটর নেটওয়ার্কে প্রোভাইড করে ওখানে আবার একটি চার্জ অ্যাপ্লিকেবল এবং এনটিপিএন অপারেটর নেটওয়ার্কের মাধ্যমে এন্ড ইউজারের কাছে আমরা পৌঁছে দিচ্ছি। এই ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচারে এখানে যেহেতু এনটিপিএন এর একটা ভাইটাল রোল আছে এখানে প্রাইসিং এর ব্যাপারে আমরা বিটিআরসি এর এখন কোনো গ্রোথ কিংবা সেলিং প্রাইস ধরে নিই একটা নির্দিষ্ট প্রাইস ডিক্লেয়ার করা উচিত যেটি এখানে এনটিপিএন এর পোরশন ম্যাচিওর স্টেক হোল্ডার ওখানে আমরা বিভিন্ন মাধ্যমে জানতে পারছি যে এনটিপিএন অপারেটররা ওনারা আইএসপি বিজনেসে করতে উৎসাহী এবং কিছুটা মনে বিটিআরসি তো ওনারা অ্যাপ্লিকেশন অলরেডি সাবমিটেড দেয়ার অ্যাপ্লিকেশন ফর আইএসপি লাইসেন্স। এখন এই স্টেপগুলোর ভ্যালুয়েশনের মধ্যে আইএসপি ইন্ডাস্ট্রিটা যদি একটা পকেটে চলে আসে এবং ক্যালকুলেট করবেন যে এনটিপিএন আইটিসি আইএসপি কিন্তু সিঙ্গেল লাইসেন্সিং সিঙ্গেল ভেন্ডর কিন্তু তিনটা লাইসেন্স ক্যারি করছে। আইএসপি ইন্ডাস্ট্রি লাইসেন্সও যদি ওনাদের পকেটে চলে আসে সেটা আমাদের ইন্ডাস্ট্রির জন্য একটা থ্রেট হবে এবং আগামী 5 বছর পরে দেশের যে অবস্থাটা হবে ভিশন 2021 এর এগেইনস্টে দেখা যাবে যে আমাদের আইএসপি ইন্ডাস্ট্রিটা থাকছে না। মোস্ট অফ দ্য এখানে খুব সূক্ষ্মভাবে কেয়ারফুলি কাজটা করতে হবে আমাদের জন্য আইএসপি ইন্ডাস্ট্রি এবং আইএসপি সেক্টরটা সেল সাইডে। লাস্ট স্লাইড যেটা হচ্ছে স্যার মোস্টলি বাংলাদেশের বাইরে আমরা যে ইন্টারনেট অফারটা বান্ডেল অফারটা এনজয় করে থাকি সেটা হচ্ছে কি বান্ডেল ট্রিপল প্লে সার্ভিস। একটা নেটওয়ার্কের মধ্যে আমি ডাটা ভিডিও ভয়েস ট্রিপল প্লে সার্ভিসটা এনজয় করতে পারি। ইউএস এর একটা রিজনের আইএসপি যারা তিন রকমের সার্ভিস বান্ডেল করে দিচ্ছে এটিএমটি তারা দিচ্ছেন ইউএস এবং আদার্স কান্ট্রিগুলোতে ইউকেতে সেম বান্ডেল অফারগুলো এনজয় করা যায়। বাট আমাদের দেশে এই সার্ভিসটা আমি কোনোভাবেই দিতে পারি না। মাসখানেক আগে আইসিটি মিনিস্ট্রি মন্ত্রী মহোদয় আমাদের জিজ্ঞেস করেছিল যে আমরা স্কিল ক্যাপাবল না কিন্তু আমাদের ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে আমরা ক্যাপাবল ট্রিপল প্লে সার্ভিস অন করার জন্য বা সরকারি নীতিমালার জন্য পলিসির জন্য আমরা এই সার্ভিসটা এখন পর্যন্ত মার্কেটে অন করতে পারছি না। ওভারহেড কেবল একটা আমাদের দেশের বড় সমস্যা সিটি বিটিভিকেশনের জন্য বাট বিটিআরসি নীতিমালা অনুযায়ী আইপি টেলিফোনের জন্য আমাদের আলাদা নেটওয়ার্ক করতে হচ্ছে ভয়েস ইন্টারনেটের জন্য আলাদা নেটওয়ার্ক করতে হচ্ছে এবং ভিডিও সার্ভিসের জন্য কেবল টিভি অপারেটরদের জন্য আলাদা নেটওয়ার্ক করতে হচ্ছে। রাস্তায় কিন্তু স্যার তিনটা কেবল সরকারি উৎসাহ দিচ্ছে তিনটা কেবল থাকে। আমি ইন্টারনেট সার্ভিস প্রোভাইডার হিসেবে ট্রিপল প্লে সার্ভিস একটা কেবলের মাধ্যমে ইজিলি এনশিওর করতে পারি। সেই ক্ষেত্রে সিটি বিটিভিকেশন কিংবা ওভারহেড কেবলের যে আমাদের এখন যুদ্ধটা চলছে সেটা মনে হয় কমে আসবে এবং ব্যবসায়িক দিক থেকে যদি আমরা লাস্ট মাইলে চিন্তা করি মিনিমাম ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালের একটা মিনিমাম আর্থ থাকা উচিত তাহলে সেক্ষেত্রে কোনোভাবে বিজনেস ভাইবল হয়। এই আর্থটা সেট করতে গেলে কিন্তু আমাকে ভ্যালু অ্যাডেড সার্ভিসগুলো ইনশিওর করতে হবে। আমি যদি একটা সার্ভিসের মাধ্যমে ট্রিপল প্লে সার্ভিসটা একটা নেটওয়ার্কের মধ্যে ট্রিপল সার্ভিসটা অন করতে পারি সেক্ষেত্রে আর্থটা আমাদের বেড়ে আসবে। সেই কেকের একটা অংশ আমরা এনটিপিএন দিতে পারি এবং ভ্যালু অ্যাডেড সার্ভিস নিয়ে রিমোট প্লেসগুলোতে আমরা পৌঁছে দিতে পারি। এই ব্যাপারটা আমরা বিটিআরসি এর কাছে অনুরোধ করব কারণ পলিসির জন্য কিছু কাজ করা হয় আইএসপি ন্যাশনাল আইএসপি কিংবা জোনাল সেন্টার জোনাল আইএসপি যেন একটা লাইসেন্সের এগেইনস্টে আমরা ডাটা ভিডিও ভয়েস সার্ভিসটা এই বছরের মধ্যে যেন অ্যাভেলেবল। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you again for your clarification and raising these issues concerned of ICT industry. I was mentioned that I was IPTC also helping organize this kind of event for a long time, and support IPTC, and in the executive meeting we hope to get support. And now it is our previous particular level coordinator and your secretary.
Slide up. Participants. Assalamualaikum. I'm very much happy to be here. And my knowledge in this to some extent in the previous training session. However, I like to say that training has no order. It is very essential. And from Minister of Commerce, Business Promotion Council is providing training in many sectors, mainly IBPC, that is Business Promotion Internet ICT sector. So we are helping, government is also investing on this type of training. And I think mentorship theory may be wrong if we make the people asset. Say, if we can get more training and make the people asset, then it will not be important. Man does not want only with mouth to eat, but also with two hands to work. If we can make two hands active asset, then it can produce more than what it can consume. So it is positive. So training can make people productive, and it will not be burden. Government likes to take the country to middle income country by 2021. And in this endeavor, I think your training program and say getting them active and asset, and it will help to take the country and from middle income country to this country. And your contribution, particularly the participants' contribution in the ICT sector, it will be ever remembered. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And now actually I would like to invite our third speaker, Professor Speaker for his keynote presentation. And
Good afternoon, Honorable Chairperson and participation and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start my speech, I'll just make a brief comment on my previous speaker's note. They said that all human being has been given two hands. But I think there's another very important ingredient, that is his brain. Every human being has been given a brain and then hands and feet. And most of our efforts are wasted because we don't think of the brain. Because our government concept is that all the brain is concentrated in the few hundred people within the government, and all the people have only hands. So if they follow the policies of the government, the country will rise or be strong. Actually, I wrote an article a few years back in the post-colonial era. We should have a facilitator, not a government. I think that's very important. The state organ should be a facilitator. It should facilitate the creativity of the people. And then it will just like magic, it will rise. Okay, let me go to my topic for this. Okay, you are all here, most of you are internet operators, you are doing a tremendous service. And of course, all your efforts are for people. Unless it is applied, it's on the roads. And one of the major applications of internet is coming up in the next decades is telemedicine. And that's why we have been working on telemedicine for some time. And of course, in internet enabled equipment for decades. So I was asked by here's my student, and he did his master's thesis on one of these items. So it was thank you very much for BDNOG for inviting me. So I'm here. So my topic is potential of indigenously developed telemedicine using internet. And these are local solutions with global potential. And I'm at the Department of Biomedical Physics and Technology at Dhaka University. Probably you have not heard the name of this department. I was in the physics department, and in 2008, because of our past work on vector physics for the last 30 years or so, I was given the responsibility to start this new department, and I was the first person. I am retirement from the web to retire, but I'm still working there. So what is telemedicine? Probably many of you know, but just if you are then this is a brief idea. In basic telemedicine, there is a patient on the left-hand side, and sometimes there is an operator who helps the patient, and there is a doctor on the right-hand side. They are probably separated by thousands of miles or hundreds of miles. And if they have a connection, anything, through which they can talk or they can transfer data, then the doctor and the patient can get consultation from the doctor for his for essential advice, particularly in terms of primary or secondary health care. Of course, obviously not for surgery or not for emergencies. So that's the basic concept. And actually, telemedicine is not new. It started as soon as telephone was invented. Somebody phoned up the doctor, I have this problem, can you suggest? So you can go back in history. And the telemedicine term was coined around 1970s. And obviously, modern ICT has increased the potential of telemedicine widely. We have telephone, then radio, well, television, you can see some television programs are there where the doctors talk to patients. But these are very limitations. But mobile telephones and internet particularly has increased the potential very much. So this is an iconic picture you often find in websites. Well, a doctor coming out of the screen, what is actually going to work. And first I talk about the role of telemedicine in the Western countries. Then I'll come back to our country, which is the more primary focus of this talk. In the Western countries, this is mainly used for specialized consultation. Like you can see on the left, the 2 big plus MRI scans and CT scans. And not everybody can read an MRI scan. So it goes to the specialist doctor, and if he's busy, he can, even when he's on the move, he or she is on the move, through a mobile phone or a tablet, they can give a comment what's wrong, or a diagnosis. And even in hospitals, you can see on the right hand side, there's a hospital. There are doctors there, but obviously specialized doctors are few. So even from hospitals, they can send those particular information, say some ECG or something else, to the doctor or skin programs. So mainly, Western development of telemedicine has been directed towards specialized functions, specialized healthcare, and specialized diagnostic things. And another aspect of the Western medicine is home patient care. Because many of the people, of course, even in our country, they are growing old. And when you grow old, you are supposed to face long maintenance. And so the target is either a health worker goes to a person's home and makes the test, sends the data to a doctor, makes a consultation directly from there. But the latest trend is to have everything automated. Automated that even the person would know that he or she is being tested. There will be electrodes in the toilet seat electrodes in the bed, even the shirt, that one is wearing the electrodes, and a lot of things like that. So that through his day-to-day functioning, he doesn't have need to take any special care. And sometimes, in fact, when you are asked to, when a doctor asks to take a blood pressure reading of you, sometimes it goes up. It's not normal. So it's good that you don't know when it is being taken. Then you have your better system. And sometimes there are also now alarm systems. So then if there's a problem with the one person, and the alarm goes off to the nearest healthcare center. Now let me come back to our countries like house, which we call third world country or low research countries. We have different perspectives. Now, as an example, I put for Bangladesh. About 70% of the total population lives in rural areas. They sound like the West. In the Western countries, they have brought most of the people to the cities, to industries and other things. So the villages are not a few people, but in our countries and in most of Africa and almost most of the third world countries, it is 70% people live in the villages. And that's an important thing I find all of our policymakers don't realize. Even our economists and our policymakers sometimes mention certain things which refer to Western world, but it's simply not applicable to our countries. But when they impose those things, we have to start with greatness. And looking at the doctors' average, we have about 3.6 doctors for about 10,000 people. But again, people here, you know, what would be the ratio in rural village? It will be much, much, much less. It's mostly, we find the concentration of doctors in the cities. Therefore, this is an important information we have to keep in mind. And Bangladesh government has a very good infrastructure of health, is in policy. There are 64 district hospitals, and there are about 400 plus upazila or semi-rural health complexes, like the one you see in the picture on the top. And there are about 4,000 outpatient facilities with GPs. They are based on unions. They have about 4,500 unions. Each union serving about a few hundred thousand. And there are rural community clinics, ward-based. There are about 11,000, but they don't have any doctors. They have medical assistants with 3 months of training, and if you have midwifery. So this is the structure network. On paper is very good, but the problem is the government finds it very difficult to retain qualified doctors at the semi-rural hospitals because of our socio-economic conditions. I don't want to go into them, but looking at the future and the way that our countries are moving, this will remain so for many decades, for at least a few decades. So you don't get the specialized doctors in the rural health complexes, and obviously the outpatient facilities, the GPs are not there, and rural community clinics, they don't have doctors in places as well. So this is a scenario which we have to remember. And so overall status is, most rural people, where they go for treatment, they either go to village doctors who have equal education and training, or to drugs, or self-taught drugs, or majority goes to pharmacists who sell drugs, who are trying to sell drugs, not to people, but actually they prescribe drugs to people and medicines. And all this leads to maltreatment, abuse of drugs, antibiotics. We are now scared, all the world population is now scared that we are coming to an epidemic sort of situation where millions of people will die because our antibiotics are being proven. Most of the antibiotics are getting resistant bacteria because of this misuse of drugs. And for emergencies, people go to hospital, but it's expensive, it's quite a distance, and it's difficult logistics, they have to spend a lot of money. And particularly for this, even if they go, the male people, they actually take out the battle, but for females, for children, for old and the disabled, they mostly go without any treatment at all. So this is the scenario that we have to keep in mind. So what is the solution? So solution is telemedicine. This is actually one of our centers. We are running about 9 telemedicine centers for that recently. So what happens is A patient comes, the operator is trained, and he's actually a medical trainer as well, and he's trained on certain things and how to operate the things, and he takes the patient, takes some of the initial readings like blood pressure, temperature, height, weight, etc., some history, and then sends the data to the doctor through a software which we have also prepared. And the doctor then, when he is available, he talks to the patient, and if needed, he asks for a stethoscopic sound of the patient, or ECG done, or a respiration, something like that, and which can be either real time or can be sent to the doctor later for a report. So this is the thing which is coming up, and it is very important, and new internet is very much needed for this. And so in the low resource countries, the primary and particularly these will target primary and secondary healthcare, not for the 13 months. And what is our majority of medical problems? If you just there's a basic country, people have like abdominal pain, diarrhea, respiratory problems, early obstetrics and gynecological problems, early heart problems, pain and joints, skin. So all of these are there. Early diabetes. We have now recently learned that 1 in 11 persons in Bangladesh have diabetes. But how many? No. Even I just found it out of this just by accident 3 years back, and I could go for. But if I had not known, I would have probably found out when I had already some open state. So this is very important. And in this sector, telemedicine can work very well. So, and also patients need to know, suppose I have a problem, I have a pain in the chest. Now, is it due to gas or is it due to heart? I don't know. So if a doctor, he has all my symptoms and he can, because he knows the symptoms, he will ask and he will say, well, if it is serious or not. So if it is not serious, but if I don't know, then I have to go to the semi-rural health complex, spending a lot of money, and wait there for hours together to see a doctor and then come back knowing that it's not serious. On the other hand, if I think that, oh, this is a gas problem, I just ignore it. But actually it was a heart problem. And I have problems. So that's why the medical consultation is very much essential. And obviously the alternative is to go to hospital to find out, which is expensive. And obviously I told you about before, the limitation of telemedicine is that we will not take emergencies. There should not be any surgical interventions. We need to understand these limitations. So now opportunity of telemedicine in Bangladesh is that we have a good mobile phone coverage. You can see a chronological picture. 1997, 3 out of 64 were under mobile phone network. Now the whole of Bangladesh under mobile phone network. So your ISP broadband, of course, limited, but mobile phone has good coverage. But we need 3G would be better, but we won't get 3G at every place. But at least we are trying to set up centers at places where there is 3G or 2.5G, something like that. Now, talking about the dimensions of telemedicine, you can have simply audio, the top one. You can talk to a doctor through a mobile phone, but you don't see the doctor. That's a minimum dimension. Then you can have an audio and visual. You have a video conference through a computer chatting, Skype chatting. And then comes the enhanced form, where you have the diagnostic instruments like ultrasound scan, ECG, picture of the eye, retina, picture of the eardrum, and stethoscopic sound, skin images. And this can be sent, sometimes in some cases, this can be sent live, but in some cases, this can be stored and forwarded to the doctor later. Of course, in many cases like ultrasound, we would have preferred live transmission. Even for stethoscope, we would have preferred live transmission, but we find that this doesn't give the quality. So we are doing something in between. I'll talk to you about this. So I have got some pictures here, stethoscope, some ECG, and then an otoscope looking in the ear. So how many telemedicine centers do we need in Bangladesh? If we let us look at the geographical distribution, 4,500 unions are there, and each serving population of about 250,000. And there are 11,000 community clinics, each serving about 10,000 people. So ideally, you should have 11,000 centers. But at least if we target 4,500. So that means we need more 2,500 telemedicine centers with all these equipment and all the either mobile phone, smartphone, or laptops, and obviously a good internet. And what are the considerations? First, the cost to the whole country. You have so many equipment, at least 6, 7, 8 equipment in each of the centers. Calculate how much the cost will come. And suitability to our weather and power line. Our power and weather are different from that in the West. So many of the Western equipment fail here. And then servicing and repair. We have to remember that everything cannot last for eternity. So all these equipment will fail and we need to repair. And if we use foreign equipment, what will happen? Very expensive to have all these 4,500 centers sort of have the equipment there. And then most of these equipment will fail because of the weather or power line fluctuations. There's somebody was talking about one of my early innovations of the whole curve, which actually everything in our house burned because of 400 volts on the line, on a 220 volt line. This doesn't happen in the West. So we had to design it especially for our situations, and which was actually marketed for some time. And then repair, when you have a foreign equipment, you don't know inside, the expertise is not there, spares are not available. So what happens? The repair is cost prohibitive. Sometimes it is cheaper to buy a new one and throw the old one. So it's a waste of resources and also increasing the pollution. So, and just to give you some idea about not only for telemedicine, just for medical equipment, in the Western countries there is a concern for the third world countries that they are not having the medical equipment. What to do? They can only think of donation. They say, donate medical equipment to the low resource countries. They cannot buy this, so either they donate old equipment or even new equipment. They only talk about medical equipment donation. But actually, in last June, I was in Canada. There was a conference, World Forum on physics and medical physics and biomedical engineering. And one gentleman who is in charge of the Canadian program for medical equipment donation, he said that 70% of these equipment are either out of order or not used at all. But these are occupying hospital space because we have a donated equipment looks gorgeous and you cannot just throw it away, nor you can use it. So it's also wasting your hospital space. So this is a situation, and actually I raised the point there that there's a saying that if you want to feed a hungry people, teach them how to grow food. But why don't we think in the same way for essential equipment like medical equipment? Because there are people with intelligence and education in every country with science and engineering background. If we teach them how to make these devices, then if we empower them, then they can make it at low cost and then they can have long sustained service out of this. So this is a thing which people appreciate it very much. But again, this is not in vogue of the thinking in the Western world. And of course, if we design this equipment ingeniously, the opposite will happen. The cost will go down, and this can be designed to suit the weather and power line conditions. And user interface can be designed to suit local culture, language, practices, and repair is ensured at low cost because we have local expertise and availability of spares. And obviously, they will have long usable life for decades and saving of scarce resources. And this is desirable for deployment in large numbers. Just to give you an idea, some of my equipment are being used in this country for at least 2 decades. And they are still working. So I'll just come now to some of our efforts which leads to telemedicine. Actually, when we started, we didn't think of telemedicine, but we thought of doing something which will help the people, common people. Then we had a link with England, through which I went to computer interfacing. So probably I was the first person to make the equipment on the top. In Bangladesh, this is the first equipment which is computer interface, and I made it with the help of with learning the techniques from Sheffield University. And I started giving service. This is specialized equipment for measurement of nerve conduction, and I started in 1988. So I have 2 firsts there. The first medical equipment, which is computerized made in Bangladesh, and the second is the first nerve conduction services. And we are still giving the nerve conduction services, and having made it locally, actually we could innovate many new methods of diagnosis, and one of our diagnosis is being considered worldwide for cervical spondylosis and lumbar spondylosis. We can detect early. There's a new innovation that we have made because that we made the equipment ourselves. The second one, the big one, is the one where we shifted to IBM compatibles, and two one was in 1996. Around that sort of time, we developed the software for it. I designed the hardware interface, and then we gradually moved on. And recently, we made this the right-hand one, which is an intraoperative neuro monitor for brain surgery, neuro and spinal cord surgery. They need a monitor, and we tested it in BSNU Square Hospital, and it was fine. So this is the sophistication that we have been able to achieve even in Bangladesh. And while doing all these things, actually our target was to help people with technology. In 2010, I learned from a seminar that Bangladesh government has set up internet in 400 Upazila health complexes for management and for telemedicine, but that's only video conferencing. So then I then asked the minister whether they would accept our equipment, and they gave a great signal, and we made some equipment, and that was our introduction into telemedicine. In 2011, we made 4 devices which we gave to the BDNOG5, and then we started on our own. We started getting the service, and NGO actually wanted it. We started in 2013. And then this is our present software, which is in Bangla. This is a Bangla interface, and the doctors, the patient, the operators, they register themselves, and where the patient comes, each patient is given an ID, and so all the data is stored for future use. And so basic idea is you have a cloud server, and then you have expert centers and semi-rural or rural centers, which link to the cloud server and to get the information as required. And with the devices that we made so far, a ECG will take full diagnostic. There are some brochures on the table in the front door. From this, if there is a need, you can take it. And then stethoscope, which you can send sound live, lungs, ventilation monitor, and improvise microscope, multiple simulating camera and flexible stand, which will be good at for taking pictures of X-ray films, skin images, all reports, and again, and the colposcope for taking cervical images for cervical cancer detection. And recently, we have started on a new thing for calibration. Actually, one doctor who was interested in telemedicine, he asked me that the doctor presses on the body of the patient to find where something is soft or hard. And this is very important information which cannot be in a telemedicine. So we try to make something in between, and actually we are up to it. We are doing some gadget which will give the doctor an information. The operator comes, have a plunger. It will measure how much pressure it is applied and how much depth it has gone in from the skin from its original position. So these two information will go simultaneously to the doctor. So he will have some feeling of that patient. And also for blood pressure measurement, we are doing something so that the doctor has the control of how to measure it. And well, for telemedicine also you need some mundane or simple measurements which we are not incorporating into the telemedicine at the moment. People will buy these things for height, weight, temperature, blood glucose, hemoglobin, etc., blood pressure, and they will just, operators are trained, they will take the readings and punch the values. But our system will have all this equipment that I mentioned before. They will be connected to USB port, and the data entry is there. So this will be the situation for a local PC at the operator says, and this will be for the doctor says, where they'll go with the headphone and just see and talk and see the reporting, etc., and send the prescription. So this is the ECG machine that we made for particularly for this. This is a very small sized device. I can see it. It takes power from the computer and it can send it to internet live. Almost live, just 4 seconds it sends all the takes all the data, and we have a very compact version as well using a Watson tablet computer because it's still in Windows. So we can send the data live. And also you can combine all the 12-bit data to send it to a PDF file to a doctor who can read it on anything, any area in the West. And we already applied to the Director General Health for certification, and they gave it to Dhaka Medical College cardiologists, and they tested it on many patients and gave a certificate that yes, it works. So next is stethoscope. Again, what we did is we converted a normal stethoscope, connected a microphone, and connected it to a computer. But there was a problem with the internet because, as I said, in Skype or Google Talk, they don't allow the very low frequencies. But for a doctor, to listen to hard sounds, it's very low frequency. So we have come up with some compromise solution. The idea is the doctor will first see the patient on Skype and the operator will place the stethoscope on certain positions of the patient, and the doctor will instruct them, do this. And then when they're in the right position, the doctor will ask him or the operator to record 5 or 10 seconds of data of sound through Audacity, another free software, and that recording is very good. And he then sends to Skype, instantly comes, and the doctor needs another 5 seconds to listen to it. So he does 5 or 10 seconds more, and then he gets a good sound. So this is store and forward, that method we are using. So this is Audacity. And for the camera, you can use it. We have got a good camera, which is 2 megapixel. This is small megapixel, but thinking of the bandwidth and also the lens. The lens is important. It has got a parallax lens, and you can take pictures of the skin or X-ray films. And even if somebody has an ordinary ultrasound machine, it can take a picture. But actually, we are more preferring ultrasound. There are some probes which connect to USB port, and with the software it runs on an NPC. So we go for those. We improvise a microscope using a webcam game. And then this is a new innovation of ours. We use 4 electrodes to localize this electrical impedance-based lumps monitoring system. And this is one of our own innovations. So we can measure the ventilation. Ventilation is when you breathe in and breathe out, there's a change in the lungs. And that change you can measure, and that tells, that also gives information about your respiration rate, as well as if you have water accumulating, fluid accumulating, then the ventilation will be reduced. And so this is some of the electrodes we are now making so that they become very useful, and we can record the normal breathing and then make Fourier transforms and mathematical analysis to get the rates. But we can have other uses of it. And there was a challenge thrown to me by an Australian doctor that he wanted to use mobile phones for diagnosis of pneumonia in children in third world countries. But the thing is, whenever you connect something, the baby starts crying and the respiration rate changes, and the detection of pneumonia goes. So we cannot do it. So idea was, can we make something through which we can measure on the baby, but he or she should not cry? So what I did is I made a arm electrode which a mother will wear. And if the mother touches the baby, it will not cry. And actually, we tried it on several patients in Dhaka Medical College. It was fine. They didn't cry. So it is successful in that sense. And this is a colposcope. We just improvised a binocular to make a colposcope which can take a picture of the cervix of female subjects. And this is actually a picture taken by using this. And you can see even the blood vessels if you see it nicely. And so this is what we have to make it a bit smaller. So these are. And this is the prescription that the doctor prepares and sends it to the other end where we get it printed. And this is just a chronology of our telemedicine work. We started in 2010-12, that the period for R&D. And then in 2013, we started a field trial for the NGO. In 2015, we got the support from Access to Information of the government for the success of the field trial. Actually, we have already said yes, you have been successful. And we got permission from Director General for running this medicine center. And recently, Dhaka University Syndicate has approved the name of Dhaka University Telemedicine Program for our project. And we recently got a grant from ISI Asia. Actually, it's the APNIC who serves that. If someone, in fact, asked me to ask for the grant. And in 2015, we are converting this whole system into a smartphone-based system, so that village health workers can go from door to door, and from the house of the patient they can contact the doctor. And in fact, you will be pleased to know that they informed us there was 166 applications from 23 countries. Only 4 groups were awarded this grant. and our name was on the top of the list. So this is something great. And in 2015, 2016 April, we have 9 centers working, 5 more active, others are new. And at the moment, we are seeing about 500 patients per month. And we are planning that within this year, our software will be more mature. We are actually currently, from this feedback, we are currently constantly improving our R&D in both software and in our hardware. And this is continuing. And I have got about 15 students who are research workers working with me. And we hope that by 2017, we can reach out to other countries. We are targeting particularly Asian countries and African countries who are in the similar situation. Because the main advantage of this program is that we are making the equipment ourselves and we are not patenting it. We are not patenting any of our innovation, that's our philosophy. We teach other people, other scientists and engineers from other countries how to make these things so that they can make it in their own country and give the benefit to their own people. Sort of a small thing, story that I frequently tell is why we don't want to patent. People ask me. I said, look, ECG machine and X-ray machines were invented more than 100 years back. And still, 80% of the global population do not get benefit from these machines. This is because the technology has been kept secret by people, by patenting. That's a big thing which we want to experiment with. So we would like not only to open up, but we are also proactively teach people how to make the devices. So that's our aim, and I hope you all pray for us that we succeed on our. It's a new movement, you can say. So using homegrown technology, that was the, I said the potential, my time was potential of indigenous technology. So it's affordable, sustainable, the ones that we talked about before, and it's user friendly. And if we can install these in all the 4,500 unions, and you think the big revolution it will bring in healthcare of Bangladesh people, and similarly when those other countries will adapt it into their own languages, and think the change that it will bring in the world. Because they cannot use equipment made developed in USA, because they're very expensive. In Philippines, I the same thing. So even in Bangladesh, there is a lot of effort in importing things. I hope we have made in many other areas where we try to make things, we imported things at a cheaper rate, or sort of the import policies are influenced so that we are at a difficult position. But here we have an advantage. No country, no European or US countries can make things at this cost, and they will not give the technology to others. So this, I think, is going to be a big change. Hopefully, it will be a big change. And this, there are challenges with bandwidth which you are coming up. I think my time is, I have crossed over the time, so I'm not going to this. So there are a lot of challenges, issues are there, but we can just keep them now. And just have to acknowledge, we got some initial funding when we started from Congress. Then Mexico Pharma has been supporting us a little bit, and I already talked access to information, and I said Australia there under this. And this is a whole bit of a host of our group of students. There are many more coming and going. But this was a picture, and you can see a girl from European country, she is from Sweden. She came to work on another of our work, which is we have developed a very simple technology for killing bacterial germs in water, safe water. And actually they use solar radiation. It costs only $200, a few dollars. And actually people are appreciating it, and she came to do her master's on this. She stayed there 3 months. So it was a picture when she was here. So the idea is when you do something on your own, sky is the limit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very encouraging speech, and it's really give us a very confidence that we do of our own thing. And I must mention that the internet is another one where actually most of a major part of it running by open source programs, no copyright. We can use it, reuse it, we can reinvent it. So there is another area where actually you're exploring in the medical physics, actually medicine area. And with that, we came to the last part of our event, and there's our chief guest speech. Just as you going back, I just sum up that we have a question from our President BDNOG or BDNOG. I have covered that as well. Our ICP President raised some issue in internet industry, and I also mentioned that in Bangladesh, the technical forum, I think they will be well in the middle of the doing well. There are many other forums they are trying to do things. I think we need some support from the concentrators and the government to support us so that we can do further. We need really a facilitator, not a regulator. So we want to listen from our chief guest, Dr. Shahjahan Mahmood, Honorable Chairman, our Chief of the Regulation, please.
Thank you. Chairman, BDNOG, Board of Trustees, President BDNOG, President, ISPAB, Professor Dr. Shabila. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here at BDNOG5 and ION Conference 2016. And I thank the organizers of this conference for inviting me and for giving me an opportunity to talk about it. I'm delighted to see that people from all over the world, or from many other countries, have joined this conference. And this, I'm sure, this collaboration and cooperation will set up a new history in the ISP in Bangladesh. And I'm sure the training that they are providing of this conference will provide to you will be very helpful for Bangladesh as well. I was very surprised to see, or I was very happy with the presentation of Dr. Sidhu Rahman. It was beyond my imagination that such ingenious homegrown technologies are being produced in Bangladesh. Thank him for presenting this paper. And I can assure you that I also am looking for homegrown technologies to solve many problems in our sector. So very soon, probably I'll be talking to him on a personal basis, so I'll invite him, my organization, to see what he can do for us. Ladies and gentlemen, Internet, probably the most amazing discovery of the modern world. And no technology has advanced so much in such a short time. As you know, probably in 1970, this internet was invented or was proposed in a company called Xerox in Palo Alto, California, USA. They produced this internet or this concept only to facilitate the communication between various divisions in their company. And internet started working from that day. The definition of internet or cyberspace has also changed over the years. At some point in time, when you used to say cyberspace used to be computers and the network wires connected there. Now the definition has also increased or has enlarged. Now with the advent of mobile phone, this has also been added to this definition of cyberspace. So I request you, I request the trainer to train or to develop their curriculum using the modern concept or modern perspective of internet. And also, with the advent of internet, there are other associated problems that come into our daily life. So they have to teach you your firewalls, encryption, or cybersecurity. So what I'm suggesting, that training on internet now has to be looked in a holistic approach. Not only the desktop computer, wireless communication, mobile phone, the security, everything. Bangladesh government is doing its best to promote internet, and they are determined, the government is determined to spread the internet into the rural areas, each and every part of the rural area by 2021. That is the promise of the modern government. At this time, someone gave a statistics, but I believe the number of internet users are about 55 million. And it is increasing 3 to 4% every month. Now, some of the speakers have suggested many problems in spreading this internet. For example, cost of the internet, and also the reliability of internet, etc. As of I agree with him that, and we are working on it. As of now, we don't have even a sound basis for pricing the internet. So, BDOC is thinking or is planning on hiring post mortem so that the pricing of internet can be based on rational basis, not on an adult basis. Again, as I have indicated earlier, I will emphasize on homegrown technology. So if any of you, or ISP, or the associated organizations can help us in that matter, I will welcome them. So, let me throw some few words on one of the slides on the cemetery or something. That has also surprised me, or I'm also very concerned about that slide. We are here to promote a business on a level field, level playing field. We are here so that nobody goes to that stage. We are here to provide a level playing field for everybody, and so that everybody can do the business on an equal footing. As Professor Banga said, that the government should be a facilitator. I truly believe in it. We are not the doer, we are the doer. We'll be providing the infrastructure to facilitate the spread of internet. And we like particularly I, with my organization, partner with you so that we have communications between us more frequently and we can jointly develop smart Bangla, taking the internet every corner by 2021. Again, everyone, I thank all the organizations of this seminar for inviting me, and we like to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This for your speech and it will definitely. Internet is all about collaboration, and we will collaborate with the government, with all the stakeholders, locally, internationally, and then actually we can really build the safe and regulatory to everyone. And before just ending, there are little formalities. And before that, I was invited one of you for the N42 and Windows 6. There are very short videos present for that. And I must mention that this conference is not only available in this room, but we have streaming, you can watch the internet. And interestingly, probably the first time we have 60-degree streaming in this conference. And thanks so much for doing that. So you can get a 360 view of this room from the internet.
চেষ্টা করবো এই সম্মেলনে আমাদের নিজস্ব লোকাল যারা ইঞ্জিনিয়ার্স আছে তাদের সঙ্গে আমাদের বাইরে থেকে এক্সপার্টরা আসবে তাদের সমন্বয়ে একটা খুবই যুগোপযোগী সম্মেলন এবং এখানে অনেক প্রযুক্তি সম্পন্ন ব্যক্তিরা থাকবেন, জ্ঞান সম্পন্ন ব্যক্তিরা। তো আমার আশা করি এই সম্মেলন সবার জন্য
Thank you very much for the I would like to thank all the guests for being here. And just to conclude, we have a super conference for guests. And I will just our former principal, John Moju, to come there and hand over the place on the bus. And with that, our former president, Mr. Rowan, and our ex-active president, Dr. John Moju. Is he here staying or here in the morning? No, we left. But first, I will do the to our seniors. Can we get a seat? And next is the first for ISPV. I will ask Mr. Imran to collect the check. For ISPV, I will ask the General Secretary of ISPV, Mr. Imran. Okay. And next, Mr. Patrick from IBDC. And next will be to BDNOG5 for Asad Khan, Vice Chairman here. Thanks for being here with us. And next, first for our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Sikir. And thank you very much again for our guests for being here, for being with us. I thank all the audience here from the industry and from all the different any industry from Bangladesh and anywhere anybody is having here. And I think a number of people who are watching us online. Thanks to everyone. And that's the end of the presentation. We are running late, definitely. So we try to cover at least sometimes after in the lunch, so we have a short lunch and we want to start with some stuff too, but I will try to start by 2:30. Thank you very much.
আমরা একটা লাঞ্চ করবো না আপনাদের প্রবলেম কি হয় আপনি দেখা হবে না এদের অ্যাসেট টু দ্য নেশন রেগুলেটর কিন্তু অ্যাসেট গুলো দিকে আমি আইটি বা আইটি